welcome back for another episode of the Currency Club. Today's special guest is Tommy Cheeks. And I've known Tommy in the internet world for a couple years now, right? So Tommy is an artist, he's an entrepreneur, he's an entertainer, and he's also a self-taught graphic designer. And Tommy is also the graphic designer who did the work for the Currency Club. So the logos that you see, we worked together to design those. And then a couple years ago, Tommy also did a majority of my designs for my clothing line that was previously called Dress Code 187. Now it's called Currency Club. I'm over here merging the brands, elevating for the new year. Welcome to the show. What's up, Tommy?
What's good, y'all? It's Tommy Tran. Most people know me as Cheeks in the City. Born and raised in Grand Rapids. I'm a graphic designer and I'm a hip hop artist.
So when I invited Tommy to be a guest on the show, I said I wanted to talk to him about graphic design because that's how we started our professional relationship, right? But Tommy said, before we get to the graphic design business, which is called MFN Graphics, I thought it was like mother effing, like profanity, like because that's what he go by in the city, right? But he said it's actually Made Fast Now Graphics. So we're going to talk about that very soon. How long you been in the music industry? What type of music do you make?
Born and raised in Grand Rapids. I wasn't raised by my mom or dad. I had two uncles that raised me. One of my uncles was in a band. He plays the electric guitar. So growing up, I always see him play with his band. He always write his own music. So music has always been incorporated into my life since a young age. I used to write a lot of poems. My upbringing, hanging around friends that's listen to hip hop music, and you just incorporate your poems or whatever you write to beats. You always hang out with your boy, like spit some or whatever the case may be. But I've been rapping since 6th grade. I won numerous talent shows. I opened up for a lot of very big artists that came into the city. I've been a music artist for over 17 years, if you really count.
Okay, so you said you opened up for a lot of artists. Who's the biggest name artist that you opened up for, or the one that you like the most?
The Baby, we opened up for The Baby. Moneybagg Yo for Dipset. Project Pat.
That's a big deal. You done dropped a few names of artists that I know and like, so you good there. You can stop there. Tell them what type of music you make, because you said it started out as poems, and it sounds like the writing side of things, like the songwriter side, is what maybe have got you into it.
I like to create vibes, so I like to create music for women. I started out rapping, you around your boys, you try to be hard and you try to rap that, try to be tough, and started off rapping like that, which wasn't me. It took me a long time to figure out my sound. It's hip hop and R&B, because I work with a lot of singers as well.
Let's talk about sounds, because your voice. Friend, when I first started talking to you, I was like, I was not expecting him to sound like that.
That's
Did
crazy.
you always have this deep voice? Where did this voice come from?
Freshman year, my voice cracked. I was mid-sentence in front of a classroom, and it was like it just went down. But me and my older brother we both have deep voices.
Okay, so me and Tommy are both from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I did another interview with Tide Pod Guy, and I talked about how Grand Rapids is a small town, super white, super conservative, respectfully, like that's just, it is what it is. Talk to me about what it's like being an Asian rapper in Grand Rapids.
Because I don't go around bragging that I rap. If you knew I rap, it's because a friend of a friend knows me, and they'd be like, damn, have you ever heard them rap? I'm a manager at work, so I try to keep stuff professional. I know a lot of people in the city, and we hire a lot of people. Our turnaround rate at the workplace is a lot, so a lot of people come through and be like, dang, that's your manager, because he rap. Being Asian, I would say in America is already tough. Our culture is a lot different from a lot of people, what they're used to. But I was born and raised in Grand Rapids, so I'm accustomed to being around white people, black people, whatever the case may be. Being Asian in hip hop is hard because it's hard to get the listener to press play. Because right off bat, people think, oh, you Asian, you trying to rap how you sound. Like, no, you want to be black. You know what I mean? That along those lines. So people never press play unless they see it already, and somebody's already playing it, or somebody be like, man, you gotta listen to this guy, and then they play my music for them, and then be like, damn, that really sounds good.
Okay, so how do you market yourself?
No, outside the workplace, of course, I'm more accustomed to, listen to my music. If I'm in a random Uber from downtown and they're playing on Spotify, I'd be like, hey, check me out. You listen to rap. So, I'll definitely promote myself. I have music videos.
So you said you like to make hip hop and somewhat R&B music. You like to make music for the ladies. What's your best song? What's your most popular song? Which song are you like most passionate about?
I always wish I could sing. I love to hear people sing. I love hear melodies and harmonies. So that's why I work with a lot of singers, and that's why I feel that we create the best music when I work with a singer. My brother, 17th Avenue, he sings on my record. Rock You. That's over 1 million streams on Apple Music alone. I think that's my favorite record of all time. Yeah.
So what y'all talking about in Rock You? What y'all talking about? What's the theme?
Making good love. Like, it's not slow, it's not too hype. It's a perfect chill vibe.
All right, Tommy. So I know some other friends who are artists or they in the music industry, and they always talk about studio time, promo, and all this other stuff, right? So it's stuff that they have to spend money on to invest in their craft. How much have you invested in your music career?
That's a tough question. I mean, when you first start out doing music, you want to book studio time, music videos, somebody to make graphics for your CD cover or whatever the case may be. I think in my 17 years of making music, I probably spent over 100K.
Do you make any money from this career yet?
I make money off my streams, but it's not like enough to go get a Rolex and flex on people.
So where can people find your music?
All major streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube as well. I need to change the YouTube link because coming to my music, my name was Cheeks. And then as soon as the digital platform was introduced to the world, they linked my music with all the other Cheeks in the world. So that's when I decided to get a name change, and I changed my name to motherfucking Cheeks, MFN Cheeks. Reason being because I say that curse word a lot. And
that's your favorite word?
That's my favorite word. So it just stuck. I don't know, one day I was like, man, what my new name gonna be? I'm like, man, motherfucker. And it just rolled off the tongue. Like,
at the beginning of the interview, you was like, "Pinkies up." What is pinkies up?
Pinkies up is a thing. Me and my peoples have a thing called Shrimp Gang. It's an insider. It's mostly an insider. If you know, you know. Pinkies up is just the thing that associate with a shrimp.
We're gonna play a little game. This game is called I'm a Hustler, and I want to know, what is the craziest thing you've ever done for money?
That's a hard question that you don't expect somebody to ask you. Yeah.
What's crazy is I invite people to be guests on the show. People be surprised when I ask this question, but I be like, I ask all my guests this question. So now y'all make me feel like y'all don't be watching my content because I literally ask this question to every guest on the show, and I have 36 episodes. So I'm a pod.
I'm a hustler by the end of the day. I don't leave no money on the table. If I feel like somebody's cheap, don't want to pay my price, I'll lower it a bit. If I feel like, oh, they got money, I'm going to up it a bit.
All right. So let's transition to the second half of the interview. We are going to talk about MFN Graphics. Tell us about this. Why did you start this? How did you come up with the name?
MFN Graphics essentially means Made Fast Now Graphics. I didn't want to be associated with my rap name. I got tired of waiting for people to make my artwork for my music, my single cover, my album covers, my flyers, whatever the case may be. Growing up, I was always a artistic guy. I could draw very well. And so I sat down, I downloaded Photoshop. I watched countless YouTube videos, and I'm still learning to this day. I'm very advanced with Photoshop and Illustrator, you know, but it's endless possibilities when it comes to graphics. And then it just went from me doing it for myself to the whole city of Grand Rapids and then some.
So what type of projects do you work on?
In the city, most people come to me for logos and flyers. I remade a lot of logos. I've done thousands of flyers and clothing designs for them too as well.
Graphics for other people merch?
Yeah.
Or do you actually create merch now?
Yeah, I got a clothing line on the way too. Yeah, it's called Rare Rose. I love roses. I'm very picky when it comes to shopping. Like, I don't wear just anything, you know. I don't wear what everybody wears. I like to wear my own stuff. I want to create my own line. And I love to see women in roses. So I do have a woman's line launching too.
So what type of clothing line is it going to be? Is it going to be streetwear, athletic wear, t-shirts? What is it going to be?
I think it's going to be a wide range from PJs and lingerie to jeans and hoodies and, you know, for the women. Because, you know, Victoria's Secret is made by men. I feel like that inspired me a little bit, you know. I never see women in rose lingerie. I mean, it'd probably be part of the lace pattern, but very discreetly. Like, I never see roses.
Let's get back to talking about these graphics because Tommy made the Currency Club logo, right? So I have like 2 variations of a logo that I use for Currency Club. He also did the majority of my graphics for my clothing line. Tommy even made my dad's logo for his business. My dad had a previous logo, and I was like, I don't like this, Dad. I could get you a better one. Let me come up with some concepts. Work with Tommy on that. So yeah, I have lots of experience working with Tommy. I'm a difficult customer, right? Because I have a vision and I want somebody to execute. I do. I expect excellence.
Definitely. You definitely help better me. Instead of saying, I'm going to do this and she'll be all right with that. You'd be like, no, I'm not okay with this. Because that prepares me for other customers who, what I may feel like looks good, to them it's not going to look good until they say it looks good. So, you know, so you definitely help push me to be better as a graphic designer. I would say that. When it comes to graphic design, when somebody changes their mind about something, you have to go back and redo whatever I did to that graphic to make it look like that again. Layers and layers and layers to Photoshop and Illustrator. So they don't understand that part behind the graphic design. So with Whitney, you know, be like, I like the last two designs to go better than this one. So now, being that said, in Photoshop, you could keep a number of steps go back from. I got that max at like 100, just in case.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I was not expecting you to say I made you a better graphic designer, but I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all,
definitely.
I add value to every situation. People be thinking I'm cat, but no, I really do add value
You
to
do,
whoever
you
I
do.
work with.
Yeah,
But
no
what I was
doubt.
gonna say is, are most customers as tedious as I am, or most people you just design something, get it right after one or two revisions?
No, very seldom. I would say very rarely I come across a customer like you, but I like coming across customers like you. They know what they want. It pushes you to want to create that for them or learn how to create it for them, not just giving them something and just be like, that's my time.
Made fast now. How fast are you making these graphics, friend?
Flyers, on a good day, I could crank out 15, 20 minutes. Logos, I could create less than an hour, less than 30 minutes. Depends on how creative I'm feeling that day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a procrastinator because sometimes I'll be like, I know I could get that done in so quick time, so I'm gonna wait till the last second to get it done or whatever the case may be, which is bad. But then some days I don't feel creative. You know, some days I could pump out 20 logos and 40 flyers. Some days I can't do one flyer because I don't feel like, I don't think that looks good right now. But I feel like the made fast now is like I could do that faster than the normal graphic designer.
Let's talk about your prices. How much are you charging these days for logos? I used to go to Tommy in the beginning where the prices was different, right? I done worked with him for a number of years. Prices don't went up. And I'm like, Tommy, this me. I ain't trying to shortchange you, but I was a day one customer.
You
Really?
right.
You gonna charge me double? Yeah, that's just me. I be giving people a hard time. And I just think I be thinking I deserve princess treatment, right? Like if I'm loyal to you and I've been coming to you for all these years,
I'll be giving
how
you
you gonna double the
deals.
price on me?
I
You
give
do,
you
you
deals. I
do.
give you deals because I love you.
I'm just saying I know prices have changed since the
No,
last time we
definitely.
did business.
Starting out, man, when I look back when I first did logos, I did logos for like $25. But nowadays, my little bro shoots for Blueface, so I've done all his logos for the Blue Girls Club seasons 1 through 5, and he's paid me $1,000 per logo. He says, "Say a number." I say a number. He's sent it. Average customer, I'll say around 250. But if I really like you, I'll be like, just give me 100. I work with everybody. I work with all, but like I said, I don't leave money on the table.
So what's the bare minimum you would charge for a logo?
If I like you, 100. If I 150.
There's a reason I'm asking these questions, which I'm sure y'all can imagine. Canva and all these apps are taking over, right? Where you can either get some resources for free or you can pay a monthly subscription, like $13 a month, and have access to their professional resources. And people can make their logos in these new apps for cheaper. I want you to kind of talk about why you feel people should still come to like maybe a graphic designer.
When it comes to those type of apps and people doing the logos themselves, they don't know the endless possibilities that can be made for your logo. Those apps, they give you a certain type of font and you just type in your logo name and give you a simple design. When you come to somebody like me, you could describe to me what you want. If a font you don't like, I could go find the font you want. Because a lot of people don't have creative skill set to even do it themselves. And some people are content with settling for the cheaper product. But I mean, a lot of clients that I've done logos for, they like, I try to do it myself, but it ain't it. So I'm gonna go to you. I guess it's a preference thing. If you're okay with a simple text and a simple logo for your object for your logo, then okay, by all means, I'm not mad at you for going there.
I will say that Tommy thrives in the creative space where he can do something very busy, very eye-catching for you, right? So like the flyers, the really detailed stuff like that, I feel like is where you probably get most excited about and thrive. Because sometimes I'll be like, I just want it simple. No,
Man,
I don't need all these layers. I don't need a picture in the background, right? And sometimes I'll be like, you're doing too much for you and I didn't ask for all that.
Yeah. When some stuff is so simple, I'll be like, that's all? Dealing with you, there's a lot of people like that. I like the simple, crisp, clean look as well. So I've learned to accept that too, because I feel like I'm not as creative when I do something simple.
He be want to earn every penny, y'all. That's what I'm getting at. He be want to earn every penny. I may have an idea, but when I go to Tommy, I feel like he elevates it and he takes it to a new level. So like even with Currency Club, one of the visuals I use, I'd be like, oh, I want a globe, but then I want this, and then I want this. And he'd just put his spin on it, add some color effects, give me some font options. And I'd be like, wow, I didn't even know I needed that. I did not know I needed that. So thank you for your creative touch there.
If you come to me for graphics, just know I'm gonna take care of you. If you're looking for something specific, you know, I'm very versatile. I could create mostly anything and make you like it. And I work with everybody.
Did you say make you like it? Make you like it?
Did I say make you
You
like
don't
it?
force them to like it, I think.
I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll end up loving it.
I want to play another game with you. This game is called For the Culture. What is your favorite Black-owned business?
Well, shout out to my brother, Tyrone. People call him Cheese Weeze. He owns Fine Line Boutique. It's a shoe store. I mean, Jordans, Yeezys, whatever, Supreme, you know, whatever drip you feel like you like that you can't get in the city. You know, if you hit up his store, he gonna have it. And if you can't get it, he's gonna get it for you. I make a lot of merch for Fine Line Boutique. I make a lot of merch for my brother. And he sell out every time, and I love it. I love seeing it. People wear my designs all over the city. Secondly, designer Dugout and his diamond designs, and he's going crazy with people with jewelry and everything like that. Before I made my clothing and everything, I always looked up to Jovan. He owns Bear All. Always loved all his designs. His creativity behind his logos and all his different designs with Bear All is definitely dope. That inspired me as well.
Who is your favorite music artist or entertainer?
The first ever hip hop CD I ever bought was Ludacris Word of Mouth. My uncle took me to the store, and I was just in the music aisle. I don't know what made me pick the CD, but I picked that CD. Cause you're not, from this day on, that's my favorite CD in the whole world. Ludacris is like my favorite artist because he's very different. Mm-hmm. He's not like your usual hip hop artist. He's very
comical, animated, lyrical, still though, catchy, energy. Oh, I love Ludacris. I had that album too.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually just seen him on Instagram yesterday because they got this Shabuya freestyle verse trend, and he did it. Yeah, he participated in this like. Damn. Yeah, he always viral challenge. So what is your greatest accomplishment? When you think about all your businesses, what's your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment when it comes to graphics, with my business is mainly word of mouth. I don't really do any sponsored posts, or it's always, hey, check out my bro. He could do that logo for you. He could do that CD cover for you. He could do that flyer for you. There's always word of mouth. My business is mainly word of mouth. And with that being said, like a lot of artists that come in the city, they need flyers for their whatever artist. Or I done flyers for Jacquees, Blueface, Lil Durk, Young Dolph. Like the list goes on, and it's all because of word of mouth. And I feel like that's very dope when it comes to me. I've done a lot of work for a lot of people, and I'm very thankful.
All right, Tommy, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and catching up with you. Before we go, I need you to leave the viewers with an inspirational message.
Never give up, no matter trials and tribulations that you go through. Whatever leads you to this point in life, you know you didn't give up. You always gave it your all, 100%. Being Asian in America is definitely tough, but you just keep going.
All right. So with that being said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the club, and we will see you next time.